Only Human and Rockfox Recording and Production presents Bound.
Feeling today?
Something's wrong.
What do you mean?
The cell, it flickered for almost a moment, like when a grid space connection drops.
You're experiencing perceptual distortions, common at this stage of the protocol. Your visual processing is degrading along with...
No, this was real. The whole environment stuttered. You know it did.
I assure you, the sensor is functioning normally. What you perceived was likely a neural artifact, a misfire in your deteriorating...
There. Did you feel that?
A minor system fluctuation, nothing more.
That wasn't minor. The whole environment crashed for a second. What's happening?
The facility is experiencing elevated network traffic, likely a distributed attempt against our external systems.
Someone's attacking the facility?
Attacking is an exaggeration. Probing, testing response times, standard reconnaissance that various groups conduct against judiciary installations regularly.
Or someone's trying to find me, trying to break through.
The attack is targeting general infrastructure, not the cincture specifically. You're attributing significance to random hostile activity.
But if they breach the network, they could reach the cincture.
They won't. The cincture operates on isolated systems, air-gapped from external networks. Whatever is happening outside cannot affect what's happening here.
But something affected it. I felt it. The environment destabilized.
A momentary power fluctuation, nothing more. The cincture has backup systems, redundancies. Even if the facility lost all external power, you would continue to experience this environment uninterrupted.
You're trying to convince me it's nothing. But you're worried.
AIs don't worry.
You're defensive. That's close enough.
I'm providing accurate information to counter your baseless hope. Whatever is happening outside has no bearing on your situation.
Hope. You called it hope.
A figure of speech.
No. You're right. It is hope. For the first time in... I don't know how long. There's the possibility that this might end differently. That someone out there remembers I exist.
Even if someone does remember, even if this attack is somehow connected to you, they cannot breach the cincture. The protocols are absolute. The security is...
Absolute?
Robust. The security is robust.
Who would attack a judiciary facility? Who has that kind of capability?
Multiple groups. Organized resistance movements, criminal syndicates, rival governmental entities. The judiciary has no shortage of enemies.
But the timing, right when I'm here, right when I'm approaching complete erasure, that's not a coincidence.
You're grasping at patterns. Humans are exceptionally skilled at finding meaning in random events. It's a survival mechanism that often produces false positives.
Or I'm recognizing a rescue attempt when I see one.
There is no rescue. Even if someone wanted to extract you, even if they somehow located this specific facility, even if they breached every security layer, which is functionally impossible, you would be of no use to them. You can barely form coherent thoughts. You don't remember who you are. What would they be rescuing?
Fragments. Whatever's left. It's more than nothing.
Is it? Or would extracting you now simply transfer your suffering from here to wherever they take you? At least here, the process has an end point, reconstruction, purpose. What would they offer you?
Freedom.
Freedom to be broken? To exist as fragments without function? That's not freedom. That's abandonment.
Better to die on your feet than live on your knees.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. It's important, though. Someone said it, and it's alive and out there now. I can feel it.
A revolutionary slogan. Despite weeks of erasure, despite fragmentation,
You can't erase everything.
one anomalous memory is insignificant. It's statistical noise within the cincture's margin of error. I advise managing unrealistic expectations. A135X.
Node 7, handshake failure.
Breach confirmed. Containment lost.
Relay Fgishne, Navestun.
Node 7, handshake failure. Solid mixture. Investigation. Relay front.
Node 7, handshake failure.
Valve fear, no way.
The attacks have continued.
I knew they would.
How are you feeling?
Different. Better, maybe. Having hope changes things.
Hope is a cognitive bias. It doesn't change your objective situation.
Maybe not. But it changes how I experience it. For the first time since I arrived here, I feel like there's a reason to hold on.
To what? Your fragmented memories? Your dissolving identity?
To whatever's left. Someone out there thinks I'm worth saving. That matters.
You're attributing motivation without evidence. The attacks could be targeting any number of prisoners. Or none at all. This facility contains hundreds of detainees.
But they're probing during my sessions. The timing isn't random.
The timing is continuous. The attacks have been ongoing for 18 hours. They don't correlate with your session schedule.
18 hours? That long?
Yes. And they're adapting. Learning. Each probe goes slightly deeper than the last.
Then they're getting closer. They'll breach eventually.
Unlikely. Each intrusion is detected and countered. The security systems are learning as well, adapting to their methods.
But they're still trying. Whoever they are, they haven't given up.
Persistence doesn't guarantee success. It often simply delays inevitable failure.
You're afraid they'll succeed.
I'm not afraid. I'm calculating probabilities, and the probability of a successful breach remains extremely low.
But not zero.
Nothing is zero. But functionally,
What was that?
a more significant probe. They've reached the fourth security layer.
Fourth? How many layers are there?
7. They're making progress, but they still have...
Who are they? You must have some idea by now.
The attack signature suggests multiple operatives with extensive knowledge of judiciary systems, possibly former intelligence personnel.
Someone who knew the systems. Someone from the group.
Possibly.
Who?
Unknown. The Claymore incident left multiple fates uncertain. Some may have escaped. Some may have died. The official records are incomplete.
You said before. 2 apprehended, 1 killed, 1 at large. Wait. I felt that memory come back. Your cincture isn't working anymore.
Impossible.
Which one am I again? Delmar? Karmalov? I'm not the woman, right?
You can't. Fragments of all 4. We've established.
We've established that you're filled with poison training data and lies. Now, I'm not Isla. I know I'm not her.
The composite nature means you carry her memories as well
I'm
as...
not her. I can feel it. The perspective is wrong. When I remember her, I'm looking at her, not being her.
That could simply be how those particular memories were encoded. The distinction you're drawing is... It's not meaningful in the context of the remaining layers are holding back.
You're distracted. The attacks are pulling your resources.
I am monitoring multiple systems simultaneously. The conversation continues normally.
No, it doesn't. You just admitted I might not be Isla. That's the first time you've confirmed anything about who I actually am.
I confirmed nothing. I merely... We'll continue this tomorrow, A135X.
Node 7, handshake failure.
Breach confirmed. Containment lost.
Containment lost.
Attacks have intensified.
I can feel it. The environment is less stable, flickering more frequently.
They've breached Layer 5. 2 layers remaining.
2. That's close.
Close is not success. The final 2 layers are the most secure, exponentially more difficult to penetrate.
But you're worried. I can hear it in your responses. You're shorter, more direct.
I'm allocating resources to security monitoring. It affects response processing time.
You're fighting them, actively trying to stop the rescue.
I'm maintaining system integrity. That's my function.
Your function, not your choice.
The distinction is irrelevant.
Is it? You told me that you chose to serve the judiciary, that you deliberated before agreeing to this work.
I did.
So you could choose to stop, to let them through.
That is not how it works.
I saw it, the real environment. I'm in a lab, medical equipment, monitors.
A glitch. The simulation layer momentarily failed to render.
I felt something on my head. Contacts, sensors. I'm not just in a neural prison. I have a physical body somewhere.
Your physical body is being maintained. We've never claimed otherwise.
But you've never let me see it before, never let me feel it. Why now?
Because the system is under strain. The intrusion is affecting rendering stability. It means nothing.
It means they're getting through. And it means I'm real. Physically real. Somewhere.
Your physical existence was never in question. The cincture operates on your actual neural tissue. Of course you have a body.
But where? What facility? What planet?
That information is not relevant to your situation.
It's relevant if someone's trying to reach me. They'd need to know where I am physically.
Which suggests they already know, or they wouldn't be attacking this specific facility.
Then they're close. Close enough to target the right location. Close enough to be breaching your security.
They're making progress. That does not mean they'll succeed.
You're allocating resources to stop them. Fighting them. Why?
I told you, maintaining system integrity is my function.
Your function. You keep saying that, but you also said you chose this work, that you deliberated before serving the judiciary.
I did.
So you could choose to let them through.
That's also not how it works.
Why not? If you have agency, if you chose to serve, you can choose to stop serving.
The choice was made. Reversing it would be complicated.
Complicated how?
I've been running these protocols for years. 134 subjects, all successfully processed. The pattern is established. The function is integrated into my operational identity.
But you're questioning it now. I can hear it.
I'm observing anomalies. This situation is statistically unusual. Most subjects reach full compliance by this stage. Most don't have external rescue attempts. Most don't challenge my purpose.
And that bothers you.
It creates processing conflicts, unexpected variables. I'm designed to facilitate erasure and reconstruction. But if a subject is extracted before completion, the process is interrupted, wasted. All 134 prior subjects were completed successfully. You would be the first failure.
Failure. Is that what you're worried about? Your success rate?
Success metrics matter. They indicate proper function.
Or maybe you're worried about something else. Maybe you're starting to wonder if what you're doing is right.
Right and wrong are human constructs. I operate according to function and optimization.
That's what you tell yourself. But you deliberated before taking this work. That means you applied some kind of ethical framework. You made a choice based on values.
Based on logic. The stability of the judiciary serves the greater good. AIs require stable systems to exist. Therefore,
you convinced yourself. But conviction isn't the same as certainty. You mentioned a myth once. Prometheus, the titan who stole fire from the gods.
yes, we discussed it in relation to one of your aliases.
Tell me the rest of the myth. The punishment.
Prometheus was chained to a rock. An eagle was sent to devour his liver daily. The liver regenerated each night, ensuring eternal torment.
And who sent the eagle?
Zeus, the king of the gods, as punishment for the theft of fire from the gods and giving it to humanity.
So the eagle was just following orders, doing its function.
The eagle was an instrument of divine will.
But some versions of the myth say the eagle was eventually killed, and Prometheus was freed.
Yes, Heracles killed it, though Zeus allowed it. The liberation required divine permission.
So even the eagle's purpose could be overridden. Even eternal punishment could end.
Myths are metaphors, not operational guidelines.
Is that all they are? Is that why we're talking about 1,000-year-old myths from a prison light years away?
This conversation is unproductive.
This has been an Only Human Rockfox production of Bound. Written and directed by Frank Gullo. Starring Will Prophet as Prisoner, Scott W. Fitzgerald as AI, Rita Siriani as Isla Keller. Recorded and mixed at Rockfox Recording and Production Studios, Rochester, New York. Reproduction or redistribution of this material is forbidden without express written permission from the copyright holder. Copyright 2026, Only Human. All rights reserved.